What's up traders, John Howell here from officialjohnhowell.com, and today I have something incredible to show you. It's simple, it can be classed as a trading system, and it's also another way of understanding what the market is telling you. Before I start this, obviously this is all that general advice and helping you and educating you around what the market is telling you at that time and helping you move forward in the market. What I'm about to show you right now, you must understand the risk and the rewards to every single trade. You must have good trade management, and also you must have good money management to be successful at what I'm about to show you. This is vital information, okay? Don't just go out there and start throwing all this money at it. Even though it is powerful and even though it has been working for quite some time now, I just want to make sure that you're doing the right things for you, okay? And my advice would be, if you're going to start trading this, start back testing it. 1, back test it. 2, paper trade it. 3, start with a small amount of money, like we're talking even one share or one option or whatever, and just start building up from there. That's what I would say. Anyway, let's actually continue on now. What I'm about to show you right now is a simple way of actually reading the markets to actually help you to understand when a turning point might be happening in the market. So what I mean by that is this. Sometimes what we have is this, alright, on the daily chart, okay, on the daily chart, sometimes we'll have the market running up, running down, running up, running down, running up, running down. Now, sometimes, right, I'm always curious on when these turning points are likely to happen. Alright, when these turning points are likely to happen, because if the major trend is up, right, then these are right here, and right here are the actual times we want to be getting into the market. Make sense? So that's where this actually came from. Now, what I'm about to show you might be part of the candlestick pattern regime or whatever it is. I personally don't study candlesticks. If you look at all my videos in the past, what do I have? I have just black and white, open, high, low, and what the hell is that? Open, high, low, and close bar chart, okay? You get what I'm trying to say here. So I don't actually, this actually might be a candlestick pattern itself, but I don't normally use candlesticks, but I have been looking at candlesticks lately and trying to read the market on a different level, always pushing my boundaries, okay? Even though I've been doing this for 10 years, I'm always trying to push my boundaries here. So, by looking at this, now let's actually get straight into the system itself. What we need is, this is on a daily chart or whatever chart you want to look at, but I've noticed it works well on the daily chart, is we need the market to be coming down for a certain period of time, okay? That's step 1. Step 2 is we need to have a red bar, okay, a red bar that is the actual body of the bar is pretty much solid compared to the wicks. You might have a little wick at the top, a little wick at the bottom, but that's okay, you know what I mean? That's step 2. Step 3 is we need to have a green or an up bar, and that needs to be pretty much solid or even coming above the previous red bar. Make sense? So this bar opened here and closed here. This bar here opened here. This is the open. This bar here closed here. Okay? That's step 2. And then step 3 is what we need an increase in volume. And that's pretty much it. Now where you have your stop loss and where you have your exit is totally up to you. That's where good trade management and risk management comes into it. But I might talk about that at the end of the video. Anyway, without further ado, let's actually get into the charts. I've got like 4 or 5 different charts that happened just recently, and so I can show you exactly how powerful this is, and you can actually start using it. So let's actually get straight into the charts right now. Okay, so let's actually look at this pattern right now on the chart. I want to show you the full details of it and how it all works and stuff like that. Right now we're looking at the S&P 500. Just a real quick 30-second update on the S&P 500. You can see that it just blasts straight through my resistance line and it's continued up. It has not made that lower peak. I did a video a couple of days ago talking about if it makes a lower peak, blah blah blah. But as you can see, right, it's continued to move up, continue to move higher. So this actually looks really strong. We've had strong sellers, now strong buyers, and the market looks like it's just going to continue up. So the market's strong. Now let's get back to this pattern here. I don't normally personally, I personally, when I'm looking at the charts, I'm personally looking at not the line chart, the open highlight close bar, you know what I mean? And that's normally just black bars, that's it. But just doing, for me personally, I'm always on the research of looking for different things that's really going to help me get advantage of what the market's doing, you know what I mean? And it's all about price action for me. I'm not interested in another indicator or a moving average or anything like that, right? I'm interested in price action and stuff like that. So what happened is I was just flicking through my charts and I started noticing a pattern that was forming. It was forming when it was forming at the bottoms of markets, and it was turning the market around, and it was amazing. I saw it again and again and again on charts, and I always kept it in my mind. I didn't really do much with it, but what I did is what I've been doing is, or should I say, what happened was in the last sort of week or so, I've noticed these patterns forming again. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to do a video about this and share it with you guys, because I'm definitely going to keep it in my arsenal now. I'm definitely going to start using this as a trading system itself. All right. So let me actually show you this here. As you saw on the whiteboard, right, I explained the exact system here, but the exact system in detail. But here it is here, right? And you probably can see it, right? We've had this drop down through here. We had this sort of, this here bar wouldn't count because we've got too much of a wick. Down, 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 and now once again guys, I normally do open, highlight, close, and I teach open, highlight, close, and I teach just having a black chart. And I think for beginners, you should just focus on that chart. But as you get more advanced, you can start noticing some of these other patterns which work really well. And so here is this pattern here. It's not 100% perfect, but here it is here in a nutshell, right? What do we have is, we can see we have this market running down through here, okay? Running down, and we had this sort of, you can see most of the body was solid, okay? Most of the body was solid. And then that was the down bar, okay? We already had the market coming down for quite some time. And then we had the body that was solid, okay? Now when the body was solid, guess what happened the next day? The market, this candle opened up, you can see it was mostly green. And especially when the market closes up here, this fire, you can see how it's really solid, right? Really solid green. And the thing I have found is that, as you can see, we don't have any increase in volume. We have almost the same volume, a bit less in volume. But look what the market is actually, look at that. Look at the psychology in this bar. You know what I'm saying? So if you do get a big bar like that, get a small bar, or like a sort of a bar like this, but then you get a big engulfing green bar, and the volume's almost the same, even a bit less, then I would say that's still okay to go along with. Again, you must backtest and research this before you do anything with it. But I'm saying that seems like it's still a pretty good bar to go along with. But for me personally, the perfect setup for me is I'm still looking for that increase in volume, because that's just giving me a bit confidence. You know what I'm saying? So that was that example there. As you can see, a bit less in volume there. The Dow Jones, I don't think the Dow Jones actually had one. Let's actually have a look at this here. And again, it's on the daily chart. Oh, you can see the Dow Jones actually had one here. You can see that the market was going down, down, down. You sort of had the same bars through here, as you can see, right? So it wasn't really big engulfing bars. Down, down, down. You can see we had this down bar through here. A bit of a wick. I'm not really happy with that. But then you see this big engulfing green bar, right? And that there was the sign, really. This one right here was the sign of things to come. And you can see an increase in volume, right? So it was a smaller bar. It was the red bar, but then the green bar was so overpowering and increasing volume that we're likely to get a turnaround. Now, one thing I do say, guys, if you tie this in, if this level here is tied in with some sort of support, which it actually was actually weekly support, then this is actually a really powerful setup. Okay, let's actually continue here. So that was the indices. Let's have a look at some charts. Now, one stock that I did notice it on is on Ford. As you can see here, right, the market's coming down, coming down, coming down, and you can see here, right, we had a small, this sort of, it wasn't sort of an engulfing red bar, right, so that didn't count. Then we had a green bar with lower volume. Then we can see we had a big sort of red engulfing bar, as you can see through here. Okay, let me just zoom this in. All right, you can see that right here we had the big red engulfing bar, okay, most of it is red, and then we had a big green engulfing bar with a definite increase in volume. And that to me is the perfect setup by looking at this. What you would do is obviously you'll be looking to enter. You'll be looking to enter out here. Obviously having good risk, having good trade management and stuff like that as well too, and not having good money management, all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's important to do that because you're not going to get every trade right. But by looking at this, it actually looks quite well. And then as you can see, what's happened so far, right, is that this is starting to turn around. And then there was one more, I think it was IBM, but Ford was definitely the perfect setup that I see. But now let's go to IBM. And IBM had another one. You can see here IBM. I was looking at this, and you know, the reason why I know all these stocks, the reason why I know all these stocks with these patterns is because I'm a trader myself. You know what I mean? I'm in the trenches every day looking at this sort of stuff, and as you can see, right, this sort of big green engulfing bar, it wasn't, as you can see, right, if I just bring this in a bit closer, if I just bring this in just a bit closer like that there, okay, cool. Now, as you can see, right, it was basically equal. It wasn't over the red bar, you know what I mean? So we had the red bar coming down, then we had the green bar coming up. Now the green bar wasn't actually over the red bar, like you can see, like with someone like Ford, I think it was Ford, especially on the indices, right? Dow Jones and the S&P, that was definitely towering above over the red bar, all right? But that's still okay. As you can see, the market's been coming down for a while. We had this is a really, really nice big red bar, then a big green bar, and almost identical volume. Again, that's not perfect setup. It's not a perfect setup for me. The perfect setup is increasing volume. But as you can see here, right, even with sort of just similar volume to the day before, it's all about the psychology, right? What we're doing here is we're reading the psychology from the chart itself, and the psychology says, okay, we've got big strong buys here, and we should continue down. Then suddenly what happens is we suddenly get a big sort of engulfing green bar the very next day. Now, this actually might be a pattern in the terminology of candlestick. I don't know. I've never really studied candlesticks to that nth degree. I just don't really want to sort of focus on that because I find candlestick reading can be sometimes, you know, it's sometimes can really what's the word I'm looking for? So sometimes it can be misleading. I mean, one candlestick means one thing, another candlestick means one thing. What I'm looking for is I'm just looking for an exact pattern. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can say, okay, this pattern means this, and if tomorrow does this, yesterday was bullish, now it's bearish. You know what I mean? So okay then. So anyway, so that's the chart itself. Okay, IBM. Personally, looking at IBM is actually looking quite weak, and that's actually something to keep an eye out for. Okay, so that's it, guys. As you can see, it's actually quite a good setup. As you can see here as well too. Not a big engulfing bar, but you had not a big red bar, but you had some downward movement, a nice big green engulfing bar. It already has been coming down for quite some time, and this here was the obviously the green bar. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and go out there, start back testing it if you like it. You might want to start trading it, but obviously have good risk money management and trade management.
Alright, so there you go. As you can see, right, absolutely amazing, absolutely powerful. It's really simple. I don't normally use candlesticks, but this is something that I am going to start keeping an eye out for, or should I say, I've been seeing it for quite some time. I just haven't really put it together, and now I have, okay? So as I said on the video just there, is that you know, sometimes you might get this and the volume might be the same, okay? That's okay. My preference, like Ford, I think it was Ford, my preference is I want an increase in volume. That increase in volume is a bit more of a safety mechanism for me personally, okay? Now, so that's it there, okay? So let's have a look at this here. Let's have a look at this here. One, the market must be going down for a period of time, okay? Market must be going down for a period of time for this to work. If it's just going sideways, whatever, it doesn't really work as well. Two, we need to have a we need to have a down bar, okay, a down bar, And 3, we need to obviously have an up bar, but the up bar must be engulfing the previous bar over here, as you can see, right? So that's as simple as that. Now, what I will be doing is when it comes to stop loss, I will have a stop loss just at the lows of this bar here. Okay, so that's where my stop loss will be. Okay, and my profit target will basically be the same. So if this was 1 point, okay, if this is 1 point, then I would have a 1.5 to 2 point profit target. Okay, to 2 point profit target. If you're doing points, dollars, if you read, obviously we're looking at the stock market there, so dollars or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what there. What I'm always trying to aim for is I'm trying to aim for 2 profit, 1 stop, meaning my profit needs to be 2 times as large as my stop. That's generally what I'm looking for. But the thing is, overall, guys, this is all about having good trade management as well too. Okay, and if you haven't seen the trade management, there's a link up there. It says something just appeared on the screen right now. Just click on that and that'll take you over to the trade management video where you'll be able to understand. I went through for about almost 30 minutes. I really dug deep and show you exactly what to do when it comes to trade management. Okay, so click on that if you haven't seen that yet. For you guys that have seen that, let's actually continue here. Well, you know what? That's basically it. You know what I mean? I'm always looking for an increasing volume. It's real simple. It's amazing. It will work, or it does work. You're not going to get every trade right. But what it all is, it's all about, once again, cutting your losses short, letting your wins run, and it's just another thing to actually help you. If you don't want to use this as a trading system, use it as a way of understanding what the market is telling you. Make sense? This is something that I'm always looking to do, and yeah, I'm always looking to move forward there. Anyway, guys, this is just something that I've noticed in the charts. Again, I'm a trader myself. I'm in the trenches all the time looking at different charts, and I noticed this, so I thought I'd share it with you. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, there's a subscribe button that's there. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the like button. Share this video out to your friends to help them when it comes to understand the markets. And also, if you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, or even hop on the newsletter to make sure you're getting daily updates and daily videos just like this, then click on that button that says Facebook, Twitter, newsletter, or whatever. Click on that. It'll take you over the page and help you there. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I hope this really helps you. I hope you can see how powerful this is. And remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears. Today. Crazy.